I think that the arts are a great way to add vibrancy to your city, add color to a city, give the city an identity that maybe it didn't have.
I think this is a moment where there's a lot of energy around art. You might love it, you might hate it, but we're all out here together talking about art, and I think that's the magic of public art.
Art is something that speaks to people, and that's what's fun about it. When I've traveled and I've gone to communities where there is a large presence of art, that just demonstrates how a community can come together around something that benefits us in so many ways.
Paint on Port is amazing. They are taking art to a new level in Port Washington. I'm Sherry Kulchin. I'm the lead artist on the Branching Out mural.
I'm Christina Tadeo, the Executive Director of Port Washington Main Street.
My name is Ted Knightsky, and I'm the mayor of the city of Port Washington.
My name's Eileen Grace, and I am the program manager for the Port Washington Paint on Port mural program. The beginning of Paint on Port started probably years ago when there was really an interest in increasing the arts in Port Washington.
It was because of an energy. It was because there were so many people in town that were willing to get their hands dirty and start a program like this.
The mayor came to Main Street, which is an organization that works for the betterment of the stores and the businesses in Main Street, and said he wanted to do a visual arts program, a mural program.
When I ran for mayor, it was one of my main things was to help beautify Port Washington and make us a destination for art.
It's a very artsy kind of community. I think we live in a beautiful location, and it kind of lends itself to photography, to painting, to art.
Port Washington, I think, is one of the most beautiful cities in the country, and I would say that if I were mayor or not. Having been born and raised here in Port Washington, there are so many opportunities for us to have ownership in our own city. For instance, this mural frames this street. So when you're a couple blocks away, you used to look at just a concrete wall, and it was a real source of conflict in our city. Regularly, people would put messages up there on chalk, or kids would draw things, or there would be elements of ignorance that we would find there.
I taught in Port Washington for 30 years, and as an art teacher, I'm very proud of this piece. We brought 6 artists together, and we came up with a mural project that included the students in Port Washington. And then we went into every school with the artists, and we created ceramic pieces and polytab pieces, which are the painted animals on the mural. And then I needed to have it so that the students of every age, from 5-year-olds to 18-year-olds, could work together to create a piece. And the community has given me such positive feedback.
This wall here now, every child that drives past it, who has something up there, participated in it, or was in that class, for as long as that wall stays, they will say, I was a part of that.
Right now we have 9 murals because we've just completed year 2. We did kick off the mural program with a mural in April of 2023, which was the Midwest Mosaic mural. The organization that did it was Global Roots, and they sent you these little tiles. They were little things you painted. They were actually really tiny canvases. So if you see the mural up close, there's thousands of little tiny pictures that people have individually painted to put together this farm scene. And it's on the side of Twisted Willow, a restaurant in town.
I'm Candy Scudder. I'm the sole owner at the Twisted Willow restaurant in Port Washington, Wisconsin. It made me very, very proud to have the Twisted Willow chosen to be the home of the mural. It's a good way to showcase other people's art in a larger platform that everybody can view, not just in a gallery setting. We've had a couple of customers specifically come in this area because of the mural. They've had family members come through, "Oh, can I show you my granddaughter's artwork?" It just shows that they're proud of their families.
The second mural we did was by John Kowalczyk, who is a muralist out of Milwaukee, and he's done quite a few murals in the area. And he focused it on birds and butterflies.
So the first mural I did for them is on the back of a business called Yummy Bones, which is a great barbecue spot right in their downtown. And it wraps around the backside of their building from the back to the side of it. And it features monarch butterflies and then birds that are native to Wisconsin. And then there's a big set of hands that create the butterfly symbol in sign language. They're kind of large and surreal and sort of take up a bunch of space amongst the birds and the butterflies just to give it a cool, interesting twist. And as an artist, I love incorporating hands as like a nod to the artist who made them.
John Kowalczyk did another mural for us this year. An opportunity arose for us to paint a building. It's a very small building. We call it the pump house, but it's actually a lift station. And it's in front of a brand new condo building.
So the second one worked out where we enjoyed working together. They needed an artist to do this. They thought I could pull it off, so they reached back out to me. I was really excited to be invited back for another year of painting with them. I super enjoyed working with Eileen and the whole crew at Paint on Port. And it's a neat mural because it sort of tells some of the history of Port Washington. So there's a light station, there's an octagonal barn, and it has this sort of abstract kind of cubist feel to it. So it's realistic, but it has like a nice painterly kind of modern twist to the style with these kind of traditional elements.
I think overall the community reactions to Paint on Port has been really pretty positive. You know, of course there's always some, concerns. This is a very well-established town with a lot of people who've lived here their whole life and weren't sure they wanted to see the face of their town change. Port is a very historic town and we really wanted to keep that in mind and really kind of honor that. Franklin Street in Port Washington has 47 buildings, 37 of which sit on the National Register for Historic Buildings.
The community walls have been a highlight for sure in this program because we did want to connect the community. We did want to reconnect the community through art. And the community walls give a chance for different groups in our community to get together and make a lasting impact and tell a story on one of the walls. I hope that this has inspired our community and that we are on the map maybe a little bit more as an arts destination.
Right now it's set up for a 3-year program. And I know for Port, it's really only a jumping off point.
Thanks for watching The Arts Page. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories of art in our community.